Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining our today's session. We are back again with an interesting session today as a part of our AWS Cloud Practitioner Bootcamp. And let me quickly go ahead and share my screen and talk about today's session and a couple of housekeeping stuff. So AWS User Group Madurai welcomes everyone, and we appreciate that you took out the time from your busy schedule to join the session, one of our interesting session from our today's bootcamp on Cloud Practitioner. Before we start ahead with our today's session, I just want to call out a couple of housekeeping stuff, a couple of rules as we are doing this event virtually. So we just want to be sure it's been done with proper decorum. So please be aware of others, be welcome and respectful, be friendly and patient with everyone. This is a kind of a user group which is set up for the zero to hero. So there will be a couple of questions which will be very basic, couple of questions which will be very interesting and expertise. So please just give them the space to ask the right questions. Be understanding of the differences. There are different people from different parts, different countries, so they will have different language, different way. So please be understanding of the difference. Be kind and considerate to each others, and be open to all the questions and viewpoint. We have a very wonderful speaker who has started his career, so he's the right person to help you out with any sorts of question, basic like how to begin your career on AWS or how to start with cloud practitioner. He'll be the right to help you out with any sorts of questions. So please be open and ask the questions. Put it on the chat. We'll help them out. So as you all know, AWS User Group Madurai has presented this AWS Cloud Practitioner Bootcamp. We are almost done more than 50% of the bootcamp. If you are new, this is your first session, I would request please go ahead, go to YouTube channel of AWS User Group Madurai or User Group India. All the videos so far are been streamed, are being recorded and captured as a part of this YouTube channel. So you can go ahead and watch and revise. This bootcamp initiative is led by the AWS User Group, and it's been run on every Tuesdays and Thursdays. And it's been designed for beginner friendly. Don't worry about it. If you don't know the basics, you just know there's an AWS and you don't know anything, then you are still the right audience because this is a beginner friendly. We'll ensure that you have a proper practice test after each of this module. There are quiz, there are hands-on labs, there are giveaways. You might have understood there are winners after quiz. There are chances to win 50% of certification vouchers if you do a task, right? So those kinds of giveaways we have. The certificate will be given to all the attendees who will attend all of the sessions. Hands-on task, doubt solving session, which you saw in the last session. And if you're still not part of the Slack channel, which is bit.ly AWS MDOM1, please do register the Slack today so you are updated with all the announcement, all the schedules, and any sorts of task, or if you need any help, all of our speakers are part of that Slack. So please do register today. With that, let me not spend even a single minute more and talk about today's session. So this is an episode 7, which is talking about cloud monitoring, part 1. And our today's speaker will be Gowtham. He's a student at PSNACET, and he'll be talking about how exactly you can use different kinds of monitoring and logging services on AWS to get the maximum out of it. With that, let me stop sharing my screen and invite Gautam on the stage. Hey Gautam, good evening. How are you doing
Thank you.
today?
Yeah, fine, Sanchit. How about you?
I'm doing good. Thank you for accepting our invite and being our wonderful speaker, part of a speaker panel to help our audience to
Yeah,
learn
thank
today's
you.
session.
Yeah, sure.
Let me do one thing. Let me go ahead and get your screen. So yeah,
Yeah,
the
okay.
screen is live. You can go ahead and start your session today.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay, so let us first see the outline of our today's session. So in the first, we will discuss about Amazon CloudWatch, which is basically a monitoring tool. And then we will dive into the core concepts of Amazon CloudWatch. And then we will discuss some CloudWatch events and how these events are triggered. And then we will discuss about some CloudWatch logs. Then we will deep dive into CloudWatch trial. So we will discuss the architecture of how CloudWatch trial is working. So after discussing that, we will deep dive into Amazon X-Ray, and we will also discuss about Amazon Cloud Group. So this is the basic outline of our today's session. So let me go into my first thing, that is Amazon CloudWatch. So let me share my screen. Okay, fine. So instead of going into knowing about what is Amazon CloudWatch, so let me give three real world cases. So in which why do we need this cloud based monitoring? So first case is what we are doing is we are doing this performance based monitoring. So this is based on our performance. We are just focusing on the performance. So assume that you are building a messenger app and you had built that successfully and you had deployed this app in our Amazon Web Services. So you didn't have any cloud monitoring tools. So what will happen is if you have any bugs in your application or if any unavoided circumstances has happened in your application or any unhandled errors has happened in your application, so what will happen is, so basically the number of the users using your app will move to another application. That is they will switch to other applications which are very bug free. So the users will move to other applications. And another thing is the income you're earning from that app will get reduced. So in that case, if we use a cloud-based monitoring tools, we can easily fix those bugs, and we can also handle the unexpected errors. So by doing this, the number of the users will also get increased, and the income for our application will also get doubled. So let us see the second case. Why do we need cloud-based monitoring? So in the second case, I have added a virtual server. So assume that you are using a EC2 instance. That is Elastic Cloud Container. Okay. So that is Elastic Cloud Compute. Sorry. So if you are using that virtual server, so assume that you are using that virtual server for a long time during the day. So actually, basically, your usage will be very high, and what will happen is the money you need to pay to AWS will also get increased. So because you have used that for a high time in the day. So assume a situation you are not using it in the night time. So your usage will be actually very low. So in that case, why do we need to pay more money to AWS actually? So in that case, if we just use the cloud-based monitoring, we will get actually we can set alarms. So for example, if a virtual instances are terminated, we can set an alarm. So we can get notified via a simple service called as SNS, which is a simple notification service. So you what will it do is it will just send a notification to you. So you can choose it via email. So you can actually control that cost spent for this. So let me also explain the third case. So assume that you are building a e-commerce website. So like Amazon or Flipkart, anything. So you are just building that, and your app or website is very successful, and more customers are using your app. So let us say in one day your application got some bugs and your application downtime is very low. For example, if some customers are buying some items in your website and your website is loading for a huge amount of time. So in that case, what will most people prefer is they will just switch to other applications. So you're actually so the cost and the investment you spend for the application or website is get reduced. So in such cases, what we will do is we can add this cloud-based monitoring. So and using that, we can get some useful insights where that error has happened. So by using that, we can easily fix those bugs and we can usually solve those errors. So our app will get a huge success. Okay, so let us deep dive into. So let us see what are the uses of this cloud-based monitoring. So as I have in the first case I have discussed, so about the performance. So actually, it will send us a detailed report about our system performance. So by using that, we can easily analyze where a particular bug or error has happened. So second thing is in the case two, I had discussed about the virtual server. So in that case, there is a unnecessary cost. So using this cloud-based monitoring, we can reduce the risks of those unnecessary costs. And in the third thing, I have discussed about that e-commerce site. So there will be a huge business loss due to that application downtime. So in that cases, what we will do is we will if we will add this cloud-based monitoring, we can avoid those application downtime. So as a whole, we can detect the problems and we can troubleshoot those problems, and we will also debug multi-point failures in case of a system. Okay. So let us dive into what is Amazon CloudWatch. So basically, what is Amazon CloudWatch is? So it is just web service provided by Amazon. So for monitoring our AWS resources. So it is just a simple component of our Amazon Web Services, so which provides real-time monitoring. So for example, if a error happens, so it will just monitor those errors. Why this error happened? So where is the source? So why it is happening? So it will do these kinds of stuffs. Okay, so there are two types of cloud-based monitorings. That is monitoring in our CloudWatch. So the first thing is basic monitoring. So from the word you can understand it is very free. Basic means so if you are normally using any applications or anything, so if it is a basic plan, so you can think it is very free. So likewise here it is also free, and if it is a free, it provides only a few metrics. So I will discuss what is a metric in the very upcoming slide. So you will get a clear understanding of what is metrics is. So, and another thing is, it will just collect the data at only a regular interval of 5 minutes. So, if I need more metrics and I need to reduce the time of the data collection, so I can prefer this detailed monitoring. So, actually, this detailed monitoring is a charge. You need to pay some amount to our AWS. So, next thing, what is it provides us a wide range of metrics. So, you will get a wide variety of metrics. So, and another good thing is, so it collects data at a regular interval of 1 minute. So this is basically the types of monitoring in CloudWatch. So next, let us discuss about what does this Amazon CloudWatch offers. So it will collect and track metrics. So and second thing, what it will does is it will also collect and monitor log files. So you know very clearly about log files. So log files are nothing but, so for example, if you're using that system, so when you have logged into the system and what are the resources you have accessed. For example, if you have changed a particular file, so what are the activities you had done on that file. So such kind of information will be stored on this log file. Likewise in AWS, so you can also find a lot of details, like so when you have entered the console, and what are the resources you have created, and whether you have terminated a EC2 instance or other resources. So these kind of details are found in log files. The third best thing is we can set alarms. So what we will do here is we will set a particular threshold. So if our event or a particular event reaches that certain threshold, so we will get a notification via simple notification service. So via email or other things. So we can easily control those things. For example, if EC2 instance is running and somebody has terminated it, so we can set a particular threshold, and we can found that why this EC2 instance has terminated. So we will get a simple notification via email. So the another thing is it provides stability and reliability. So stability is what is if a particular server, a particular thing gets failed, so the whole system that it doesn't crash. So this is basically the stability in AWS, and we will also have reliability, that is consistency of workloads. So next, let us discuss about what are the resources that can be monitored by using this CloudWatch. So first thing is we can monitor our Amazon EC2 instance, so which is nothing but a virtual server. So the second thing what we can monitor is our Amazon DynamoDB tables. So which are basically a database, and it is a type of a NoSQL type. So that is a NoSQL type database. So here there will be no tables present. So it is a, we can also say it is a non-tabled databases. So and the third thing is what is Amazon relational database dynamic instances. So in this is just basically a isolated database. So it is basically separated from each other, and it doesn't dependent on each other. So the next thing what we can monitor is elastic load balances. So it will just distribute the traffic among multiple targets or anything. So the next service we can monitor is Amazon S3 bucket. So this is basically object storage, and these are some simple resources we can monitor. So there are a lot of AWS resources available. So by using this CloudWatch, we can monitor those resources effectively. So next, let me discuss about the core concepts of this Amazon CloudWatch. So first core concept is metric. So let me give a simple example for this. So just take three variables. So let us assume it A, B, and C. So just plot a table for those variables like A, B, C. So assume that A is A with respect to B. So it's stored in the table. So that variable A is just our metric. So which is monitoring the B for a particular time. So this is basic. This is the basic idea behind a metric is. So let us see the core concept of this metric. So this is basically a fundamental concept in CloudWatch, and the metric has a unique name. So by which we can identify that metric, and it also has a namespace. So namespace is what is a group of services, a large number of services are grouped in an environment. This is basically a namespace. And the third thing is what one or more dimensions. So I will discuss about dimension in the next slide. So you will get a clear idea about what is dimensions is. So and another thing is what? So it is just it includes and represents a timely ordered set of data points, which we can publish and include to a CloudWatch. So third thing is what is each data point has a timestamp, and it has also a unit of measure which is optional. So this is the basic thing I have told you with those variables A, B, and C. So just think metric as a variable. So and the data points of that variable represents the value and over a point of time. So this is basic idea behind the metrics. So let us discuss about what is dimensions is. So yes, so let us take the same example. Let me assume three variables A, B, and C, and assume that in the first case of metric, we have a tabulated a table for monitoring the A with respect to B. So in this case, just make a table, and in that what we are going to do is we are also going to include that third variable C. Just assume that a with respect to c value, a with respect to b values are present in the table, and also a with respect to c values are also present in the table. So from that table, so you can clearly identify that the variable a is common. So just the perspective is different, that is a with respect to b and a with respect to c. So this is the basic idea behind what is dimension is. So let us see the detailed expansion of what is a dimensions. So it also looks similar to metric. So it is a name or value pair. So by which we can uniquely identify a metric. So the second thing is, so every metric has specific characteristics, and we can think dimension as the categories as a whole thing of those characteristics. So this is basically what is dimension is. So, and another thing is dimensional will help to design a structure for our statistical plan. So we will discuss what is statistics in the upcoming slide. So, and another thing is we can assign a maximum of 10 metrics to a dimension. So this is the basic idea behind what is dimensions. So now let us discuss about what is statistics. So let me explain it very simple. So statistics is nothing but, so just we are plotting the data points. So when plotting, we will get a bar chart or a pie chart or other graphs. So using that graphs, we can easily identify. So which will be helpful. So which will be helpful for the metric data aggregations. So this is the basic idea behind what statistics is. So let us see detailing about statistics. So statistics are basically what is a data. It is also called as a metric data aggregations. So these metric data or get aggregated over a specific period of time. So these aggregations can be made by using a namespace, which is a group of services. And the second thing is we can also make this aggregation by using a metric name, and we can also make aggregation using dimensions. And let us see. And what happens is the data points is a unit of measure within that specific period of time. So this is the basic idea behind what statistics is. So then let us discuss about what alarm is. So basically what alarm is, if you're creating a EC2 instance, so at a particular time you are just terminating, or some user has came and terminated that instance. So you need to get a notification. So the EC2 instance got terminated likewise. So in that case, the alarm will be a best case. So in that case, what we will do is we will just set a threshold, and if that particular threshold is reached, you will get your notification via a simple service called as SNS, and you will get these notifications via email, or you can also get the email via in JSON form. So this is basic idea behind alarms. So let us see detail about what an alarm is. So this alarm, what does is it will automatically initiate actions, so on the behalf of the user based on specific parameters. So and what this alarm does is, so it watches a single metric over a specific period of time, and if that metric or just event has just change its state, what it will send is, it will just send an alarm to the user. So that is, alarm is basically an action. So this action can be done by using, I have said this before, so SNS is basically a simple notification service. So you can get a notification via email or any other stuffs. So and another thing is auto scaling policies. So what is auto scaling policies? So the AWS will focus on particular event or a particular action. So sorry, a particular event, and if that event state gets changed, it will just send an action to you. So this is basically an auto scaling policy, and easy to instance. So that is stopping or terminating easy to instances. So next, let us discuss about what is Amazon CloudWatch events. Okay. So what is Amazon CloudWatch event is? So this Amazon CloudWatch event just describes what are the changes that is happening in our resources in AWS. So using that, we can using that there are simple rules. Some rules are which are constraints. We will discuss about rules. So using that simple rules, we can easily target the functions. Okay, so this is basic idea behind what is AWS CloudWatch event is. So the AWS CloudWatch event just delivers a stream of system events, and focuses on whether that event changes or not. So and if that changes, we have some certain rules, and by these certain rules we can match our events, and we will just route them to our target functions. So this is the basic idea behind what Amazon CloudWatch is. So let us discuss about what is a event. So events are just simple things. So we can represent event by using JSON blobs. So which can be generated in four different ways. So the first thing what we can do is, when a service gets changes its state, we can just move that service from a pending to that running state. So again, what we can do is through API calls or console sign-ins, we can reach that CloudWatch events. So the third thing is we can write custom codes, and we can publish those applications, and we can also use scheduled cron like job. So let me give an example for this event. For example, if you are running a particular EC2 instance, and if the instance change its state, that is in the running, it is in on state. So and if it gets terminated, it is in off state. So this is the basically the change of the state. So the change of the state is known as event. So next, let us discuss about what rules are. So rules are basically just constraints. So these constraints, what it will do is it will evaluate every single events. So to determine whether it satisfies the threshold or not, and if those satisfies that, it will just route these events to targets. So this is the basic idea behind rules. So yes, this is the thing. So rules evaluate the incoming events. So incoming events means it will determine the every events, every single events, and it will figure out whether it satisfies the constraints. And if this constraint is satisfiable, it will just route the event to the target. So this is the basic idea behind what rules is. So next, let us discuss about what targets are. So we have discussed about events and rules so far. So if process that comes from the event, and it has satisfied those particular condition, there is a constraints, so it will get passed from the rule to the target. So these rules can also invoke multiple targets, and we will also manipulate that to the target. So our Amazon Web Service supports four different types of targets. First one is built-in out-of-box. This service is supported by our Amazon Web Services. And the second one, what we can do is we can use Lambda functions. The third thing is Kinesis streams, and the fourth thing is SNS topics, which is our simple notification service. So yes, so let us discuss about how a CloudWatch event is really working. So let us say that you are running an EC2 instance in your Amazon Web Services, and at a particular time, the Amazon EC2 instance changes its state from on to off, that is from running to terminated state. So what will does is this CloudWatch event will monitor those whether a change whether a state is changed. So if that state is changed, if this Amazon CloudWatch event figured that out, so what it will does it will just trigger a rule, and this rule will go to Amazon Lambda. So what Amazon Lambda does it will just delete those records, and in case of a new event comes, it will just update those records. So and what will does it what this route 53 does is it will just map our domain name to IP address. So this is actually a good example for mimicking the domain DNS. So let me explain about dynamic DNS. So let me give example for what is dynamic DNS if you are new to this. So for example, if you are accessing your browser or anything, so actually you need internet. For that, what you will get allowed a particular IP address. So and the particular IP address can be used only for accessing the contents through your browser. So and for accessing other things like your webcam or other stuffs, so this IP gets periodically changes. And for that, what it will does is here the dynamic DNS comes into picture. So what this dynamic DNS does is it will just alert a common domain name. So and whenever your IP changes, it will update those things. So this is the basic idea of dynamic DNS. So which is very similar to Route 53. So it will also do the similar kind of stuff. So this is the working of Amazon CloudWatch events. So next, let us discuss about what is Amazon CloudWatch logs. So in our systems, the logs are basically when we have logged into our system and what are the things we have used. For example, when we have accessed a particular file and what are the modifications we have done on those files. So these are kind of stuffs get stored in these log files. So similarly, Amazon also provides a log. So in that logs, what it will does is, so it will record the details of what the users has done in our AWS infrastructure. For example, when does the user has signed in to the AWS console, and what are the resources the user has created, and what are the resources the user has terminated. So these are kind of informations or found in these log files. And when a particular issue or a particular error has happened, we can refer these log files and we can easily fix out those errors. So okay, so we will discuss what these CloudWatch logs in detail. So these are CloudWatch logs. What it does is it will allow us to monitor and troubleshoot our system and application using our existing system, or we can also monitor via custom log files. So with a CloudWatch, we can easily monitor our logs in real time for specific phrases or values or patterns. So this is the idea of what is CloudWatch logs. So the Amazon CloudWatch logs provides us various features. So let us discuss the features one by one. So the first feature is Amazon EC2, so which is our Elastic Compute Cloud. So this is basically a virtual server. So what this Amazon CloudWatch log does is it will monitor all the logs from the Amazon EC2 instance in a real time. And the second future of this Amazon CloudWatch log is log retention. So this log retention, what is the meaning of log retention is that is the logs will never expire. So we can adjust those retention period of the logs from 10 years to 1 day. So we have those capabilities to adjust those log retention period. And the third feature what we can do is we can do log storage. So the CloudWatch logs allows us to store huge log data in a durable storage. So and we will also use this to store the logs efficiently. So the last thing, the best feature is DNS queries. That is domain name system queries. So it will also logs the information about DNS queries that these Route 53 receives. So these are the best features of Amazon CloudWatch logs. So next, let us discuss about some core concepts of this Amazon CloudWatch. So the first thing is what is log events. So what these log events does is it will record the activities of a particular resource being monitored. For example, if you are monitoring EC2 instance, so whether you are monitoring whether it is running or it gets terminated, so these events will just focus on those activities. So this is the basic idea of what log events is. So these log events record consist of two properties. The first one is the timestamp of when the event has occurred and the raw event message. So these are the two basic property it contains. And the second thing what it does is log streams. So sequence of log events is called as log streams. So that share for the same resource. So for example, we can see the log events from an Apache Access log on a specific host. There is a same source host. So that is another concept called as a log groups. Let us discuss about what is a log groups. So log groups, what it does is the grouping of the log streams is called as log groups. So and these log groups share the same retention, monitoring, and access control settings. So let us see example how this log groups works. So let us take this Apache Access logs. So from each host, we are taking this Apache Access logs and we are grouping those each logs through log streams into a single log group. And these each log stream will only belong to a single log group. So and that is another best thing is there is no limit on the number of the log streams that can belong to one log group. So this is the basic idea behind what log group is. So let us discuss about the working of what is how these Amazon CloudWatch events are working, or in other words, let us discuss about the hierarchy. So here I am having three instances. So one is Windows, Ubuntu, and Amazon Linux here. So and assume that so just it has a particular CloudWatch metrics. So it is just focusing on particular CloudWatch metrics. So these CloudWatch metrics will get stored in these Amazon CloudWatch logs. And what these Amazon CloudWatch logs does is it will just focuses on the CloudWatch metrics. And if a particular change in the state or particular event has happened, what it will does is it will just trigger an alarm. So that is a CloudWatch alarm, and this CloudWatch alarm will get sent via email. That is through the simple notification service. You will get an email. So in the change of the events, okay. So this is the basic idea of what what is the working of Amazon CloudWatch events. So next, let us see about what is CloudWatch Cloud. Sorry. So let us discuss about what is Amazon Cloud Trial. So before diving into what is Amazon Cloud Trial, let us discuss about the hierarchy. So how it is working. So just take this management console, which is nothing but your AWS console. So we can basically control over the resources through command line interfaces, or we can basically use SDK, that is software development kit. So we can control the resources via some programming languages like the popular ones are C hash or any other programming languages. We can make control of these AWS resources. And when a particular API call is made, so what this AWS CloudTrail does is it will store those API calls in the AWS CloudTrail, and it will wait until these API calls will get written as log files. And once it is written as log files, these will get stored in our S3 bucket. And we can use these log files for our future references in case of any failures, system failures, or any particular errors occur. So the basic idea of what AWS Cloud Trail is, it will just store API calls, or it will just make API calls. So using those, we can troubleshoot the issues. So another thing we have discussed this before, Amazon CloudWatch, and using those, we can just send an alarm to a particular user. So this is the hierarchy of how an AWS Cloud Trail works. So let us discuss about what is AWS Cloud Trail. Oh, yes, so I have discussed before. So AWS Cloud Trail is just records AWS API calls. So it is a web service which records AWS API calls for your account and delivers log files to you via the S3 bucket. Okay. So next, so what are the informations which are included in those recorded API calls? So first thing is every API call will have an identity. So unique identity. So by that we can easily identify the API caller. And the second thing is it will also contain information about the time when the API call is created. So and the third thing is it will also hold the information about the source API address of the API caller, and it will also have some parameters, request parameters, and it will also store the response elements written by our AWS service. So this is the basic idea of what is a AWS Cloud Trail is, and the recorded information in those Cloud Trail. So next, so this is basically the S3 bucket folder structure and a detailed log file name. So you can find these names here. These names are very unique. You can find out here, and the storage classes you can find out here, and the size is also here. Okay. So this descriptive folder makes it easier to store the log files from multiple accounts and regions in the same S3 bucket. So we can group those log files from multiple accounts and multiple regions in the same S3 bucket. So next, what the thing is, we will uh, we will identify these detailed log file names and contents. So regardless of where they are stored. So which is very useful in identifying whether a particular issue happens or not. So the third thing is the unique identifier. So this is the unique name. There is a unique identifier in the file name prevents overwriting of log files. So these are the basic things about how S3 folder structure looks like, and we have also discussed about the detail of file names. So next, let us discuss about the logs from multiple regions into one S3 bucket. So how it is stored in that S3 one S3 bucket, the logs from multiple regions. So we are discussing the steps how to store those logs from multiple regions into just a single S3 bucket. So first, what the thing is we need to do is we need to create a bucket in the first region wherever we need to turn the cloud rail. So next, the second thing what we need to do is we need to specify the same bucket as the destination in the second region. There is multiple regions. So we have first region. In the first region, what we are doing is we are just creating a bucket. So where we are just turning the cloud rail, and the second region, what we are doing is we are just mentioning the same bucket as the destination. So that is the target. So and third thing, what we are doing is we are just delivering these logs from multiple regions to the same bucket. So these are the procedure for just creating the logs from multiple regions and just dumping it into one S3 bucket. So next, let us discuss about the track access to APIs and IAM policies. So first, what we need to do is we need to increase our visibility of what has happened in our AWS environment. So who did that and when? So from where? We need to track these informations. So and the second thing, what is the cloud trail? So I have discussed before. The cloud trail will record just these API calls and some logs into our Amazon S3 bucket. So no, we don't need to consider how these API calls are made. So and the third thing what we need to consider is, so who did and what and when from the IP address. So when and who and what, these questions are very essential. So while tracking those things. And the fourth thing what we are doing is just if a particular instance gets terminated or a particular service has reached this extent, so we will just receive those notifications via simple service called as SNS. So this is one thing. So next, third thing is what we will rapidly integrate those AWS servers since launch. So AWS allows rapid integration services, and more supported services are coming on in the near future. So we can also aggregate so group log information into a single S3 bucket. So the last thing is there are a lot of AWS partner integration with the log analysis tools. So AWS has a partner with a lot of partner integrations, so where we can easily analyze these logs. So ranging from alert logic, and there will be boundary, cloud checker, datadog, gray log 2 log entities, Splunk, and Sumo logic. So by using this, you can easily analyze those logs. Next, let us discuss about what Amazon Code Guru is. Okay. So just what is Amazon Code Guru is? It is just a developer tool, so which provides us intelligent recommendation. So it will provide us a recommendation. So like you can see that tab 9 is getting popular for auto completion of the codes, and for providing you improvements of the codes. So likewise, Amazon has a Code Guru. So basically it has an intelligent tool. By using that, what we can do is we can improve our code quality, and we can just we can also improve the efficiency of our code, and the good quality. The code will get a good quality. So this is basic idea behind what Amazon Code Guru is. So let us see how this Amazon Code Guru works. So first, Amazon Code Guru will find the most expensive lines of code, and it has two compartments. One is a Code Guru Reviewer, and another one is Code Guru Profiler. So this Code Guru Reviewer, what it does is it will just review those building codes with some good recommendations. So for getting the efficient performance, so it will just recommend us some good reviews, so we can easily modify those things. So the second thing is this compartment, the Code Guru Profiler. So what it will does is it will detect and optimize the extensive line of code. So and then these things we will deploy those code, and we will run those. And during the running, this Code Group Profiler will do another thing. So it will continuously detect for errors or anomalies, or any other bugs in those codes. So so we can come up with a good fix performance issues, and we can also reduce the costs. So this is a basic idea of what is Amazon Code Guru is. So next, let us discuss this concept of what Amazon X-ray is. So this Amazon X-ray is just what it will does is it will just help the developers to analyze and debug the production of the distributed applications. So those distributed applications get built in a service architecture called a microservice architecture. So by using this, we can easily just analyze and debug the production of those distributed applications. So with X-ray, we can easily understand how our application and its underlying services are performing, to identify and troubleshoot the root cause of performance issues and errors. So by using X-ray, we can easily find out the root error or root cause of the performance issues and errors. So this is the basic good future of what Amazon X-ray is. So let us see how this Amazon X-ray works. So this Amazon X-ray helps us to analyze and debug modern applications which are built by using this architecture called as microservices architecture. And we can also include that serverless architecture too. So what it will first does is it will collect the traces. So it will just collect data about the application services, so it is using or it is just passing through those services. So then what it will does is it will record those traces. So it will just combine those data which are collected from the from that service into singular units called as traces. So and what these record traces are this is, so it will just route it to a service called as a view map service. So what this view map service does is it will trace the data such as there is a data latency such as HTTP statuses and metadata for each service. So metadata, which is nothing about data about data, there is a description of a data. So then what this view service map will do is it will just route this to analyze the issues. So by using this, we can easily identify the unusual behaviors or root issues that have a cost. So we can easily analyze those issues. So by using this, our system performance will get so our system performance will run to a good extent, and we can also solve the errors. So that's all from my side, and thank you for this community for giving a wonderful opportunity. And this community is actually having a series of AWS Cloud Practitioner Bootcamp. So you can join these user groups Slack, and you can enjoy those. And there are a lot of experts in this community, so they will guide you in the right path, how to get a master at cloud computing. So thank you. That's all from my side.
Thanks, Gautam, for that
Yeah,
wonderful
thank you.
insights around how you can do cloud monitoring. I think there are
Yeah,
a
thank you.
couple of I think there might be a couple of questions. So I would request all the audience to go ahead and post your question in the chat. If you have any doubts, any queries, please put it in the chat. We will be happy to answer them. In meantime, let me just share my screen and just uh, talk about a couple of stuff. So yeah, I think you all of you guys might be knowing about task two. We already had finished up our task one, and the winners are already been the names have been shared on our Slack channel. As Gautam also mentioned, I would insist the link is flashing on the screen. It's https bit.ly/join AWS MDU. If you haven't joined the certification yet, our Slack workshop workspace, please do it as of today, right now. And today is the last day for the submission of our task 2, which is around EC2 and S3. So if you have missed the deadline, please go ahead and do it right now. Still you have a couple of hours to do the same. Please do it right today. And if the winners will get again the same chance to win the 50% off for the certification voucher. As Gautam also mentioned, I'll repeat the same thing why you should join AWS User Group Madurai. There are experts, AWS experts, community members who have different specialization in machine learning, in deep learning, in case of databases. So there are many experts, many people who are pretty new also to AWS. So there are kind of zero to hero kind of audiences. So it's a good learning and good interaction. That's one of the thing you'll get. Second, you'll get a special access to AWS content and even updates like how you're getting about the community, the entire bootcamp, all the updates, all sorts of other additional information you get out of that Slack workshop. Swags, vouchers, goodies as allocated by AWS User Group India. Like I talk about the different winners. We talk about the swags which were given in the International Women's Day as well as the certification vouchers. Knowledge sharing and learning. There are people who who go beyond this to share their knowledge in terms of blogs, videos, memes. So it's a vibrant energy which you get on the Slack. So please do register it today. Certification vouchers is another thing where you get certification. People do share their experiences, how was it, and the boot camp kind of thing what you get around it, and jobs and hiring opportunity. That's the additional thing what we bring. So please do join our AWS User Group Madurai. The link is flashing on the screen. As I was talking about, our the special things, our USPs about our community is network and learning content, different forms in talks, blogs, videos, reels, and more. Again, it's the community, vibrant community built for the experts as well as the folks who are new to the AWS. The best thing is a regional language also. So if you speak in Hindi, Tamil or any other language. It's open for all the kinds of languages. And yeah, need not to say, you will get an opportunity to win swags and vouchers as per decided by the AWS User Group India. As again, the link is here on the screen. Join us now itself on the Slack workspace. If you haven't, bit.ly, join AWS MDU. And we do have presence across other social media platforms like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. But if you our main platform still remains a Slack workspace, where is exactly you can reach out to our organizers, our speakers, or the different kinds of experts there, which is a Slack workspace. So please, but do follow us to get the notification of different events, the different kinds of messaging which we release our social media platform. And for interaction, please go ahead and join us Slack. That's all what we have from today's session. Thank you for. I request all the. I appreciate Gautam to spend out the time, and thank you audience for joining today's session. Now we are open for any sorts of questions and queries if you have in terms of the today's session. In terms of any sorts of certification queries, we are open for any sorts of question. So please, if you have any questions, please put it in the chat, Gautam, and I'll be happy to answer them. With that, I think we have the first questions.
Yeah, if you have any doubts, kindly post it.
Yes. So the first question is, it's not about your session. It's about on an EC2 instance. What is the security group?
So fine. So security group just looks like a firewall in your AWS. So there are basically a certain rule called as inbound and outbound rules. So basically by using that, you can control those access for a group of users. So this is the basic idea within what a security group is.
Correct. So yeah, as Gautam mentioned correctly, security group is a kind of a layer of defense for a network level traffic. If you want to have any sorts of what kind of traffic should enter to your server or resources, network level traffic, or what should exit, that's what you define, and that's what you prevent or allow. That's exactly the security groups help into it. Widely, security groups are being used in terms of EC2 instance, your database, your warehouse, Lambda. There are many resources where you can control your network layer. That's what about in the general we can talk about security. And again, it plays very vital role. You should again go with the least privilege access and less define the port. Should not open the port to any all the IP addresses. Okay, so do watch out for that. And I think there's one more question: how to contact the community? Yes, that's a very good question from Yash again. You can contact the community. We are all the organizers, all the speakers are very active on the Slack. Please join our Slack channel, and you can just ping any one of them. You can ping Vivek, Madhu. You can ping Vivek, or you can ping Maheshwar. Neetu, me will get you the right detail what you need. So you can join the Slack channel and you can ping around. And if you need any specific doubts or if you have anything else, you can put it in the comment section of this video. We always go back and see if there is any queries post this session which we can help and answer. We'll open to do that. Or anyways, we are active on the Slack also. Any other questions you guys have? And again, just want to remind you have a couple of hours to go for the submission of task 2. If you haven't done it, just go ahead right today and wrap it up before the end of the day. Otherwise, you'll not able to get a certification vouchers or a discount up to 50% if you're not able to do that. So we'll spend a couple of more minutes to see if you have any other questions. If not, then we'll wrap up today's session. Cool. So yeah, Gautam, I don't think we have any other question for the session. Again, I want to
Yeah,
appreciate all the audience for being so much of kind and wonderful. And thank you so much, Gautam, for taking out time from your
yeah,
schedule.
thank you.
And that's all we have from today's session. As Gautam mentioned, this is a series. of events what we have as a part of our bootcamp. So please do watch out. Please subscribe our any of our social media platform to get the details of our next session. Looking forward to your active participants in the next session. And if you have any questions, please join our Slack workspace or put it in the comment of the video. That's all from today's session. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful evening. I'll see you guys in the next session. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.